everybody, this is CoinWeek Editor Charles Morgan, and I'm here on Tuesday, right before I go down to Alpha Comics to film our Comic Week weekly new comic book video that we shoot on Tuesday nights for our partner site Comic Week. If you're not into comics, you can check that out. But I'm here to cover coins in depth. In fact, actually, the last couple of days, been poring over Heritage Auctions auction catalog for their upcoming Long Beach sale. And there's some interesting things. There's some high-end coins in there. Certainly some rarities. I'll touch on a couple of those. But I really wanted to touch on some of the more interesting coins. Coins that maybe aren't as expensive as those coins that cost as much as houses and cars. Some of them are going to be a little expensive. But I wanted to touch on some mint errors and some other nice collectible coins. Some coins that I think any of us would like to have in our collections, especially some nice key dates. But before I get to that, I was digging through my stack of stuff I have lying around. I'm not the most organized person when it comes to my numismatic library. It's gotten too big. But I did pull out this afternoon, and I was looking through it. This is the 40th edition Redbook, the 1987 dated Redbook by R.S. Yeoman. It still has the sticker and the price tag. You could have sent in with a proof of purchase to get a limited edition pure silver medal honoring the 40th edition of the Redbook, the United States coins. And on page 272, they have the full deets. I never did that. I wonder how much those things would have run back then. Let's see. And this is, again, in 1987. You could send it in. You could a check or money order for $10. Plus applicable sales tax to get this medal. And I never got that, but I did get this book. This was my very first book I ever got for coins. My grandmother Ruth bought it for me because I had taken a real liking to coin collecting, mostly because I had saved a couple of Buffalo nickels I'd pulled from change and some Kennedy half dollars in the mid-'80s. They still circulated a little bit. But I learned about Gobrecht dollars, seeded Liberty types, Indian head cents, you name it. Everything was in the Redbook. So it was a real great little thing to find and pull it out. Gave me a lot of memories. And you yourself don't have to rely on old information. You can go to our CoinWeek supplies. See what I just did there? A little plug. You go to CoinWeek Supplies and get your up-to-date Redbook. And actually, there's going to be the new Redbook coming out in less than a month, I think, at the Whitman Expo. And we'll have that the day it launches. But anyway, it was nice to see this. So let me go through the Long Beach show. Of course, PCGS puts on the Long Beach Expo. They have sports cards. They have coins. When the SS Central America came back out on the scene, those coins that were recovered, the Long Beach Expos, where the Ship of Gold exhibit was put together by Dwight Manley and his partners. Of course, at Long Beach, you also have Goldberg Auctioneers has been showing off the Tyrant collection, and now they're getting to some very important part of it, the U.S. gold, early gold there. So if you're in the Long Beach area, you can make it. You definitely want to see it. The Tyrant collection is one of the most elegantly put together numismatic exhibitions that I've ever seen, and they've had hammered English coins, just a whole range of very important coins, reported to be the most expensive coin collection ever assembled. And I don't know, remains to be seen, but everything I've seen has been very, very nice and elegantly displayed. Coins, of course, are graded by PCGS. Also, at the show, you're going to have the chance to participate, and so I think there's a Ask the Expert session with Steve Feltner from PCGS. They also have a Flying Eagle Indian head cent collection on display from one of their set registry collectors. A host of nationally known coin dealers will be on hand. You'll definitely get to meet and greet some of the foremost experts in the field, and it's a good time. And also, Long Beach has a really good taco shop, which for me makes it worth traveling across the country. So, but anyway, let's get into some of these coins. And I'm going to go sort of in the order that I picked them. And I'm just going to show you some screen caps and a little bit of notes. So this is a affordable, as they come, 1794 half cent, normal head, small edge, letters, C4A, variety, and very fine 25 PCGS with a CAC sticker on it. EAC grade for a coin like this is probably around the EA15. But this has got a nice planchet. It's got a lot of details. This is a very important type coin. I think this is the only variety you see this head. You're looking at just a coin with a current bid when I pull this around $2,300. Which is very reasonable because I think this coin would probably retail for about $3,000 every day. And I like seeing coins like this, like in that collector price point that have good eye appeal. And this is the kind of coin that I would add to my collection. Here, lot number 3470. Let's look at another half cent. So here you have an 1835. This is a C1. This is not a rare coin by any stretch of the imagination, but not every day you get to see a full red half cent. This is certainly a hoard coin. This date, and I think they're probably 1833 was another date you see a lot of hoard coins. So the current bid here, $2,300, as is the case with that 1794. And I think this is also a solid coin at the $3,000 level. PCGS reports 50 examples, by the way, in full red, and there's 200 examples in red brown. But man, if you want a red half cent, think about that. That's a good coin. That's a good coin. All right, here's a key date, modern key date. This is the 1909 S VDB and MS64 Red. This is a CAC approved coin. And I think, again, let's talk about what a quality coin looks like. Here you have pretty clean surfaces, really strong red. It's got a little bit of tick to the left of Lincoln's head. But as far as I can tell, it's kind of like the only real issue with the coin. It's certainly the thing that probably keeps it from getting 65. But this is about as Jimmy as you can get. And it's going to be reasonably priced. This is going to be a reasonably priced coin for its level. And this is a cool coin. This is a Lincoln cent from 1943, struck on a dime blank. What I like about it is, although there's that warping around the rim, because the dime blank's smaller than the cent, there's still quite a bit of that detail left. And Lincoln looks great. The wheat stalks in the back look great. Like I said, you get that in God We Trust, and Liberty starts to get eaten up by the planchet. But a very strong date, very strong Lincoln, and this coin's I have no idea where this is gonna go. It's already at 57.50, folks. So very cool coin. All right, so you Lincoln cent fans, you get another one. You get 3 Lincoln cents in this wrap up. This is the 1990 No S. This is a great value too. So NGC has graded this Proof 69 Ultra Cameo, right? And PCGS, I think those coins, those 90 No S's and PCGS holders are going for about $4,500. And, I just find it hard to believe that these aren't comparably graded. I mean, this looks like a clean coin. I don't see a lot of spots or anything really funky on it. So I think this is probably a legit 69. I'm pretty certain of it. So here's your chance to get one of those modern varieties, mint era varieties that are just very important. Another one, here you go. This is the 37D 3-legged Buffalo nickel in MS66. This was a die polishing issue that caused part of that leg detail to get basically wiped off. And you have a nice color, nice quality here. This coin's already going for 18.5, so that's 22,000 with the BP. I'm sure it's going to go higher than that, but that's definitely a cool coin you should see. Look at this thing. So NGC grades this 1999 glob of nickels, which is a 7 planchet bonded group, they call it, MS68. I mean, I passed on one that was MS66 a few years ago, but this is 68, maybe that. Just kidding. Yeah, so anyway, there you go, 68. Like, it's a really nice hammered nickel. Obviously this gets out of the mint in ways I don't even want to know about, but very cool coin. All right, so here you go. This is an interesting piece. So this isn't your normal 1928 Hawaiian. This is a proof striking. And so they made 10,008 pieces of the Hawaii half dollar. And they only distributed a limited number of these coins in the contiguous United States, with the remainder going to Hawaii. And for the longest time, one or two of the banks there held a number of these in their inventory. So for many years, the Hawaiian coins were just sort of more elusive than the mintage would indicate. They also prepared 50 sandblast proofs. And these proofs were given to VIPs, and I found some documentation a few weeks ago about this. We know exactly who the VIPs were. They were like the commissioners of the program, of the professors. There were judges, members of the Hawaiian Historical Society. There was generals and admirals and the Secretary of War, and so there's just these were all like VIPs. I think the ANS got one. J. Frank Woods got one. The National Museum in Wellington, New Zealand got one. The Historical Society of one of the islands got one. So I mean, these coins went to very specific people. The Heritage auction listing doesn't indicate who owned this coin, although it is in an original or an old green holder. There are proof-likes that exist, and like I said, I take PCGS's word for it that this isn't a proof-like, but this was a legit proof as issued, and a 10,500, 12,000 with the BP. Certainly a special coin, and I would love to know if they could trace back which one of those VIPs is given this piece. Here's another weirdie. This is a 1999 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar that was struck on a Sacagawea Planchet. So here's a great off-metal strike for you guys who like weird small dollars. This one already is going for over 8,000, but you don't see too many of these either. Graded MS65. That's a pretty liberal 65, you ask me, but no one did. Here you go. This is a very rare coin. This is an 1875 $10 gold coin. And the thing about this is that this is a coin that only had a mintage of 100. And so that's the lowest mintage circulating U.S. gold coin on the books. There are rarer coins, however. The 1822-5, there's only one known. There are other coins that are super elusive, but on the books, only 100 business strike Liberty Eagles were struck. And this is one of 3 AU50 coins on the books at PCGS, all traced to different pedigrees. The finest in the roster is an AU53 Plus from the Heathgate collection. It was sold by Superior in 1997. And then it realized $345,000 the last time it came up for auction in that AU53 Plus holder in 2011. So this coin first surfaced at the St. Louis A&A auction. That was a New England Rare Coin Galleries sale in 1979. It was in the Admiral collection that Heritage sold in 2018. And that coin realized $372,000 at that sale. And right now it's carrying a bid of 170, which gets it over 204. I'm sure it's going to go for higher than that. But there's a genuinely rare coin, folks. Of the coins that I saw in this sale, that was the most exciting. And this is the last one I'm going to go over. It's a pretty unusual lot. It's a 5-piece lot of Bashlow Restrike Confederate hub impressions. It includes an obverse impression in silver, reverse impression in silver, obverse impression in goldine, reverse in goldine, obverse and reverse in large copper, and has a serial number of 61. Bashlow's kind of a despicable figure in the history of the hobby, but he had a very interesting life. He was one of Walter Breen's close associates. He wrote a number of books. He wrote Dies and Coinage, or published Dies and Coinage, which Breen wrote in 1962. He wrote a book called 1001 Ways to Beat the Draft in 1966 with Thule Kupferberg of the Fugs, He also struck a number of he restruck a number of continental currency dollars in '61. He did these Confederate restrikes in '62, and out of his New York Cooper Stadium address. I think he also struck 1814 uniface dime. One of the sort of the worst things I think he's known for is he published and worked with Walter Breen on his Greek Love Journal, which you can read more about in our Confronting Breen article. Bashlow died in 1979, July 12, 1979, in Zaragoza, Spain, probably during a Basque separatist terrorist attack. That's what is believed at the Hotel Corona de Aragon. So, but you do have the opportunity to get these hub impressions if you're interested in sort of the offbeat numismatics. I mean, it is a chance to look at these things, whether they're real or fantasy pieces. You know, you do get a little bit of 20th century numismatic chicanery tied to a major part of American history. So anyway, those are the lots that I found interesting going through the sale. Of course, there's thousands of lots. You may not collect any of these series, but find that you want some Morgans or some Wing Liberty dimes or whatever you have. There's a little something of everything. There are some great 1881 S's, an MS68 Star I saw with great toning. There's also an MS67 Plus. With nice toning. There's a wealth of Wing Liberty dimes with great toning. There's a MS68 with this fantastic fiery toning. There was all sorts of things for the typeset collector, for the specialist collector. There's a nice $10 early $10 gold coin from I think 1797 from the Traska collection. There's also for sale. It didn't make my final cut, but a lot of nice things. So if you haven't registered for Heritage and you think you might want to, it's an easy process. I've done it myself, and buying from them online is very easy. They deliver the coin to your house. Of course, there's that BP, and in most states, I think now you have to pay a tax. But you know, you get a wide variety of coins. They have a number of auctions, internet auctions, paper money auctions, auctions for art, handbags, watches, guitars, comic books, video games, all sorts of stuff. So definitely worth checking out. I hope this has been informative and helpful. And if you have any questions or comments, definitely leave them in the comments field. I'll try to answer any of them I can. And we'll see you next time. For Coin Week, I'm Editor Charles Morgan. Happy collecting.